Niwapongeze kwa makofi wanapoondoka uwanjani, mabibi na mabwana. Makofi mazuri kwa wanafunzi wetu wanapoondoka uwanjani. Welcome, Your Excellency.
The particular pants you will be able to use. Yeah, this is the product.
Steam cooker. It's a part of the clean cooking technology. We plan to tap into the carbon market such that it can finance the school feeding program.
Welcome, President. My name is Somda Mahmoud from Garissa County, and we really supported from WFP, and we have really beneficiaries.
Develop their skills using indigenous knowledge. One of the biggest things we are trying to do is to enhance their livelihood by introducing the largest soil carbon removal project in the world, which we are currently implementing, and basically for them to be able to utilize their natural resources.
These are gums from trees, which we process and convert into oil. We have the factory, which is the only one in East and Central Africa processing oils. It is only Sudan which was doing, but now we are now all them after Sudan has collapsed, and it is used by cosmetic industries also. Yes.
This is NDMA, and our major role is drought risk management, and we run a very robust early warning system on a monthly basis, which is able to tell us on a monthly basis which drought phase we are. Other resilience mechanisms include like the SIM. We are trying to tell the pastoralists they can do crop farming, at the same time the waste becomes the feeds that they are procuring during drought phases. Yeah, this is seeds from the pasture that they are planting. We are able to tell them that they can use this for propagating.
All the plastic waste here, we turn it into blocks for building. And the factory is here. And Wajir is making a turn for agriculture. You can see the tomatoes, the onions, sorry. And here is where I want you to carry home. In the Sahel region, this is their main economy, gums and resins. We export around $11 million per year, the country. The major part of it comes from Wajir, of that money. We're requesting for gums and racing ball to promote this product, all ASAL areas. And the state of the art.
Our National Social Security Fund has saved in 60 years 320 billion in 60 years, because we have been saving on average 200 shillings per person. And you remember, I had a very serious quarrel about it. Of course, I have since pushed the needle. I discussed with the stakeholders. We managed to negotiate the court cases that were in court, and we finally have a new arrangement. Today, every employee saves 6% of their salary, and every employer adds another 6%. That will eventually be money belonging to the employee. Do you know what has happened? The 320 billion we have saved in 60 years, we are actually going to double that money in 4.5 years. That is the kind of difference that savings is going to make. I just wanted to make that point so that I can come back to savings in the Hustler Fund. We have 3.5 billion shillings in savings under the Hustler Fund situation. Many borrowers have been asking us, who is managing this money? What interest am I going to get for the savings I have on my Hustler Fund account? Now we have worked with World Bank and other development partners. Now KNEST is going to be the arm that is going to be investing the savings in the Hustler Fund ecosystem. And last year, we negotiated with banks. We got T-bill rate -3. With now KNEST, there will be no -3. All the borrowers will get T-bill rate. If T-bill rate is 11, you will get 11% on your savings. If it goes to 12, you get 12%. It is also an opportunity for those of you who have little money somewhere in an account where banks are paying you 3%, 4%. It is time you move that to the Hustler Fund and you will get 11%. It is good information. We have now made the decision that savings are going to be handled by KNEST, and it will strictly be invested in government security so that there is no chance whatsoever of any loss or of any money being misappropriated. So these are the 4 or 5 things that we have today made a decision about. Increase the limits by up to 3 times. We have enhanced the term from 14 to 30 days. We have now a credit score for each and every one of the borrowers, which can be used in the financial sector, not just within the Hustler Fund space. And number 3, we have had a conversation and a decision on savings. How do we produce steel locally? How do we produce cement locally? How do we take advantage of our young people and stop importing furniture? How do we, those are some of the policy interventions that we have passed through Parliament to build the capacity around our manufacturing, our industrial space. It is the reason, for example, that we put a levy on import of clinker. And as a result, we are producing clinker today in Kenya, we are exporting. Many companies that had closed down have now stepped up. It is the reason why still for example. I was in West Pokot a few months ago when we were setting up a huge plant for manufacture of clinker that will employ close to 5,000 people. Last weekend, I was in Taita Taveta. We have been, we have been mining iron ore and exporting in raw form. For the first time, we now are going to have a steel manufacturing facility in Kenya, and we will not be exporting raw materials of iron ore. We will be using it to produce steel here in Kenya. Again, because we have provided policy interventions. And our end game being creating jobs. It must be, as I said, deliberate, it must be intentional, and it must be something we can account for. So I could say one more thing, if you allow me, on BPO. On Wednesday, I will be signing into law the business bill that has just gone through Parliament, that now is going to provide a different space where we will now have the opportunity to encourage more companies. Many of you talk about Philippines and how they have managed to build their economy using BPO framework, and India for that matter. What has happened to us is that the law was very restrictive, and the law did not recognize BPOs as a job-creating enterprise. But the law we've just passed through Parliament now will encourage more companies. And I'm told in our midst, we have Somersaults. Are they here? Right. Those people there were taken to court, and they had real trouble. They really bothered me. Now I can report to you that we have changed the law. So nobody will take you to court again on any matter, right? And I'm talking about Somersaults because they will tell us how many people they employ and what kind of trouble they were going through. And they were about to relocate most of their operations to Uganda because many of us were giving them trouble.